Good morning. Thank you all for being here today. My name is Anita Skipper. I'm the Public Information Officer for Doña Ana County. We're here to celebrate the dedication of our newly renovated La Mesa Community Center and to dedicate the new walking path. Before we get started, I'd like to acknowledge some of these beautiful faces we have here with us today. I see Senator Carrie Hamlin, who we will hear from a little bit later. Thank you for being here, Senator. Representative Ray Lara, who we will also hear from a little bit later. Thank you for being here, Representative. I don't think I see her, but I do want to recognize former Senator Mary Kay Papin, who's not here today, but I still want to be known that we did recognize her and her contribution to everything that's going on here today. And then we have representatives from Fulcrum Contracting, Mr. Robert Macias, and Ron Johnson. Thank you all for being here and your part in this program. We have from Sauter, Miller and Associates, Damian Fragoso. Thank you so much for being here and for your contribution to everything that's going on here today. And then from Smith and Aguirre, is someone here from... I still want to recognize them though, Smith and Aguirre, and their part in this project today. Also, County Manager Fernando Macias. Thank you so much, Mr. Macias. I also want to recognize our Facilities and Parks Department, Andy Segovia and his staff, Misty Don Benavides. Thank you all so much and everything you've done here today to help us bring this event to fruition. Also recognize our Community and Constituent Services Department, Liz Reed, Susie Cordero, for their coordination of this event today. And then so many members of this community. We see the Lions Club members who are here. Thank you for your support for this event, as well as members of the La Mesa community who are here to celebrate with us today. We appreciate it. If I missed your name, just know that you are the VIP, so I'm saving your name for later, right? Okay, and to welcome you all. Oh, I'm sorry, and I can't forget our District 2 Commissioner, Commissioner Diana Murillo. Thank you so much for being here, Commissioner. Is there anyone else? I didn't forget him. He's next. He's the lead-in. And to welcome you all in his own way, our first speaker, I'll welcome up District 1 Commissioner Christopher Shaljo Hernandez.
Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us here today for the reopening of the La Mesa Community Center and the dedication to this amazing walking path we have behind us today. We are thrilled to have you all here today to celebrate in this. I know it's a little sunny, so bear with us, but thank you for joining us. I want to thank all the community members and stakeholders who helped make this happen, especially Representative Ray Lara and also Senator Mary Kay Papin for contributing money for the following projects, and that's $30,000 for the new kitchen appliances, including refrigerator, range hood, and also a new roof. $110,000 for the addition of space to create a new recreation room. And also the existing porch area and turning that into the room that it is today. Also, $300,000 was used for the walking path, including park benches, fencing, trash can receptacles, the paved asphalt, and a new solar lighting that lights up this in the evening. I want to thank the contractors for their exceptional work, for the work in the recreational center when it comes to the kitchen upgrades, roof upgrades. That's Fulcrum Contracting again, Global Maven, who completed the recreation room, and for the work on the walking path, to thank Smith and Aguirre, Sauter, Mill and Associates, who served as the engineers on the project. As we cut the ribbon today, we are not just opening a new walking path. We are creating a new hub for our community here. This park will be a place where people come together to connect and build relationships. I encourage everyone to take advantage of this new space and to help us keep it clean, keep it safe, and also welcoming for all. Once again, thank you for joining us today, and let us cut the ribbon and enjoy all this park has to offer. Thank you.
My name is Ray Lara. I represent House District 34 as your state representative, and I would like to welcome everybody here today. This is a long time coming, and what I would like to do, though, is also acknowledge the efforts of my predecessors. I'd like to acknowledge former Representative Bill Gomez. I'd like to also acknowledge former Representative Mary Helen Garcia, because they also had a role in this process as well, and it takes a team effort. Senator Papin couldn't be here today, and she asked me to say a few words on her behalf. She wanted me to let you know that she is very grateful and thankful for everyone's efforts in putting this together. She also wanted me to acknowledge that it was a team effort, which I've done. It's been a team effort amongst all of us. I would also like to say that she wanted to ask that we continue to work together to fill out the walking path with greenery, with trees, with other things where children can enjoy coming and being here with their families. That said, I would like to also thank especially Mr. Fernando Macias, Misty Dawn Benavides, and most of all, Joanne Vulo. This is Joanne's dream. This was her dream, and I remember talking to her on multiple occasions about this. I remember her advocacy for this, her advocacy for the community, and that's one thing that we have to realize is that we do have people in our community who really care for the community and want to make it a better place, and Ms. Joanne Vulo was one of those persons. I can't wait. I know my mother-in-law's already come to walk. My wife's already come to walk. I can't wait to see more people using it. I know there was some ideas about getting some the doggy dispensers for the dog waste, because what we want to do is we want to make this a true community space where everyone can feel comfortable to come and use it. Now we finally have one other thing to make La Mesa a great place to live, a great place to play, and a great place to raise your families. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. It's so lovely to see your faces. You know, I had the weird experience of campaigning during a pandemic and not able to meet so many of you face to face. And when we were able to safely gather again, it was wonderful being able to come out to the lunch and hang out with all of the folks who are really like the drivers and like the workhorses. My colleagues before, Representative Flata and Commissioner Shaljo Hernandez, we all talk about the importance of community, and you all have been on the ground working on this, knowing what your community needs for years. I mean, I think that's an understatement. But I think during the pandemic, we saw the importance of community. We saw how important it was to be able to connect with our friends and our neighbors when we were isolating and wanting to make sure that they were safe. We saw how important it was to have gathering spaces where we could connect with one another in an area or in a time where we didn't want to jeopardize other people. And we saw how important it is now as we continue to rebuild our communities and our connections on how important it is to have those spaces to be able to do that. And I've talked about that a lot with Marilyn and the whole crew that meets on Thursdays to have lunch, on how important it is that we continue to demonstrate how community is like the thread, the very fabric of each individual community, and understanding that each individual community has its own unique pattern, and how this community center is representative of the pattern of the people of La Mesa and their needs. And so I'm really grateful to be able to continue to dedicate capital outlay money to this, because you see, we talk about this, about all the things that we still need to do, and how this is just such an incredible addition to your community space already that you have. So I'm really grateful to be a part of this, and I thank you, all of you who have been working so hard. You know, when I first started getting into politics, Joanne's the one who called me and told me about the walking path. And I knew about that even before I talked to the rest of you. And, but that's a dedicated community, because given that it's a little bit of a drive from the big city of Las Cruces, you know how important it is to have these spaces out here. How important it is that you can be able to check in on your neighbors and make sure they're okay and bring them groceries and do things for them. So I'm grateful for this center. I'm grateful for this walking path. We still have other improvements to make, and obviously Representative Lada and I, during the legislative session, always make sure that La Mesa, the community center, is a priority. And so we're grateful to be able to partner on that and make sure that those projects continue to happen. So thank you all very much.
Again, we thank you all for celebrating these improvements to the La Mesa community. We invite you to stay tuned for those future improvements that everyone's speaking about, and I'm sure you're going to hold us to it. So we appreciate your continuous feedback and just letting us know what your community needs. And when those things happen, these events, we appreciate you all showing up to celebrate that we followed through on your requests. It's such a beautiful addition to the community this walk path is. Now we will prepare for the ribbon cutting ceremony. So for those who will be involved in the ribbon cutting, if you could start to make your way to the fence, please.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Great.